The purpose of the Fight for Air Climb is to raise awareness and raise funds for the mission of the American Lung Association. So the American Lung Association was actually founded in 1904 to fight tuberculosis. And in the mid-50s, when it was nearly eradicated, the American Lung Association was formed. And our mission is to save lives by improving lung health and preventing lung disease. And that encompasses clean air efforts, tobacco control, and also lung health. We have a full menu of mission activities that includes programs and services. Our signature programs nationally, so every American Lung Association office implements them, are Asthma Educator Institute, that is asthma education for healthcare professionals, Better Breathers Clubs, that's a support group for people who have lung disease or for caregivers of those who have lung disease, Freedom from Smoking and Freedom from Smoking Online. Those are our adult tobacco cessation classes. And then the Lung Helpline. That is a free service for anyone. It's available 7 days a week. There's respiratory therapists, quit smoking specialists that are available to answer any questions. And if someone has a question about medical services in their area or research opportunities, then our helpline staff can help them identify a medical professional or a medical facility to assist them.
For me, and really it's where I think my strengths will come in, is awareness. And it's getting out there and not only making people aware that the American Lung Association is not just lung cancer, it's asthma, it's COPD, it's air quality. I was at a board meeting a couple months ago, actually a few months ago, where even the discussion of idling cars on the street was discussed, and basically they are a huge player in tobacco awareness, which is obviously my interest, and not only raising money for research, but also new policies, and they were instrumental in things like getting smoking off of airplanes and smoking out of restaurants and bars, and those are big steps in the right direction.
We have a special group of participants that are called Lung Champions, and so these are people who help our athletic fundraising events stay mission focused.
I climb at first, working here for the last 2 years. My friends convinced me to try climbing the Met, and then it turned into, let's do the race, Mash to the Met, a couple years ago in 2013. So we did that, and my dad has COPD, so it means a lot more to me when I climb, and so every time I climb, I think of him, my mom, who has the first stages of emphysema, which is caused by secondhand smoke. While she slept, he smoked in bed, and she got it, and she's never been a smoker in her life. So I think of them, and what'll happen to them eventually. And I climb just to, I burn my lungs, so that way people that have that COPD or other lung-related diseases, feel better.
So my story is my father was diagnosed with lung cancer in February of 2008. And I grew up in upstate New York, but live in St. Louis now. And he unfortunately passed away 6 months later. And it was a very difficult time for me because being here in St. Louis, I wasn't able to travel back and spend a lot of time with him. And it was very difficult for me. It made me feel actually quite guilty that I wasn't able to help my mother and my sister who had to care for him on a daily basis. And so my story and how I got involved with the climb is that I was driving down Highway 44 and I saw the billboard promoting the climb, and it was a couple months after my dad had passed, and it just struck me that I needed to do something to make myself feel better. I still felt a lot of guilt, and it really worked. It helped me feel better about raising awareness and money for other people who may be suffering from lung disease in some manner.
So anyone who's interested in climbing can go to fightforairclimb.org. Like I said, there's over 60 climbs in the nation. And so they just select their location and our website will pop up and they can register. There's different categories that you can climb. It can be really daunting if someone looks at the tallest building in St. Louis and says, I can't climb that, when in reality, almost anyone can. And so whether it's the recruitment, it's the fundraising, it's the training, I'm here to help people every step of the way. And on event day, when people climb and they take the elevator down, and then they're celebrating their fundraising, they're celebrating their climbing, and they look up at that building, it's a really unique event, and I'm excited for people to experience it.
It's a very impressive sight when you're on the first floor of the building waiting to go up, and because there's a lot of people stretching, and there's firemen with their gear on who are the guys that go first, and it's an impressive event. It's very organized, and for me, about 15, maybe 20 minutes later, I'm up at the top. And it's great when you get up there, because a lot of people, you can see big smiles on their faces, and that they feel that they're helping make a difference. And then you head back down, and they have a party outside, and there's a lot of people, and it's just it warms your heart to walk away from it when it's all done.